This video is going to help you work with keywords that you will find in your homework booklet. Okay, so first of all, equipment check, you will need your homework workbook, which is your red exercise book. Mine has a margin down the side. I don't think yours does, but it will work exactly the same. You just need to use the lines. Okay, you will also need a pen and a ruler. And the very first thing you're going to do is write your title using your equipment. So I've chosen to work on a scientific keyword. So I'm going to write my title to make sure that I remember exactly what subject I'm working with. So I'm going to put here science. And I'm going to just put a dash and write keywords at the top so that I remember what I've been working on. Next to that, I'm going to put today's date. Now for me, I'm filming on a Sunday, so I'm going to put here the 10th of September, which won't be the same date as you. So you write the date that it is for you, and of course it is 2023 at the moment. Okay, this is important. In order to keep your homework booklet looking neat and tidy and having that pride for presentation, you now need to underline using a ruler. No wiggly lines, please. So you pick up your ruler, you line it up, and we are simply going to underline these separately so that you are all set up and ready to do your science keywords homework. Step 2 is to look at my knowledge organiser and, as guided by my teacher, write down the key word that I've been told to learn. So the key word for my science homework is photosynthesis. Once I've written it, I'm just going to check my spelling. If I have spelt it incorrectly, I'm just going to write it again underneath until I make sure I actually have learnt that spelling and I've written it right. Then I'm going to write an equal sign. Next, I'm going to write down the actual definition exactly as it is written in the knowledge organiser. This can take a little bit of time because you want to make sure you've got it accurate, and you have to look at the book and then back at your own piece of paper as you're doing it. Once you've written it, just double check it is correct and accurate. You're not learning the information wrong. Give a little read, and that is step 2 complete. Step 3 is where you really have to start using your brain. So you've done the title, you've done the date, you've written out your keyword. Now you just need to read that keyword, think about that definition, maybe look it up if you don't understand it, but really make sure that that is in your memory. So the word photosynthesis is the process where plants turn light energy into chemical energy. When you think you've memorized it or it's gone into your head enough, you're going to cover it up, leave a line, and you're going to then have a go at writing it out just using your memory. So you're going to write the whole thing, photosynthesis, try and get the spelling right just from memory, equals. I remember it saying something about a process, the process where, and I know it's something to do with sunlight, and it's something to do with the energy that creates, the process where sunlight creates energy and turns it into, I think it said chemical energy. Okay. I'm fairly confident I've got that close, but it might not be perfect. I'm just going to have a quick look. So you uncover and you check. So what have I written? The process where sunlight, oh, it's a bit different. I missed out the word plants. So I've put the process where sunlight energy creates energy and turns it into chemical energy in plants. Okay, so that little addition there is the bit that I missed off from up here. And that's how you learn. You learn by repetition sometimes, just going over the same thing and making sure that you've got it accurate and correct in your head. Okay, so that is step 3. So Step 4 is to turn this information into a sentence that you create rather than putting a keyword and the definition. So this is my example, and this is the harder bit, but I do think it does show that you've understood something well, and I think teachers will encourage you to do this lots. Okay, so this is my own sentence now, so I'm going to start with a capital letter. Now I know that photosynthesis is all to do with plants, so I'm going to begin with that word. And this is all about them gaining energy so they can grow. So I'm going to put plants gain energy through. Now I like this idea of it being a process. I'm going to use that in my sentence. Through the process of photosynthesis. You can see there I've put my key word in there. I'm going to underline that in a minute just to show my teacher I've done it. Plants gain energy through the process of photosynthesis where light energy is turned into chemical energy. I didn't even need to look up to see what that was because I've learnt it in my own head. The end of my sentence, I must put a full stop because literacy is incredibly important and we are showing pride in our learning. Now I said I was going to underline my keyword. I hope this doesn't blur out my lovely pen. Be careful. There we go. Underline my keyword to show that I have done that job beautifully. Now that's just one keyword. That might be enough for your subject, or it might be that you want to do 3 or 4. It depends on what your teacher sets you. Okay, but this is the expectation when working on keywords in your homework booklet. It is not just copying it across. Okay, step 1, you write down your title and your date. Step 2, you write out or copy out the actual keyword and the definition. Step 3, you cover it up and try and remember it for yourself and then check it is correct. Step 4 is our sort of challenge step. You turn it into your very own sentence in your own words.